Hello, welcome to the fourth match of my Dominion League season. I'm in Division C4. I've had 3 really good matches in a row. I feel like I'm performing quite a bit above expectation. I don't really believe in regression to the mean as a function of you do worse over time and more than just you reach your level. So I suspect that I am going to be fine here, especially with the 2-5 on this board. I'm playing Skumpy. I don't think we've ever played before. I haven't, I think, even watched their games and their other division games that they've played. So we've got Cultist, which is always annoying. Trashing is Count. Sanctuary can exile things, which is quite nice. Page gets you plus villages, so if you get your champion in play, you can just spam out Silk Merchants. And normally that's what I like to do with Silk Merchant Page, is buy a bunch of Silk Merchants and just blow up all the villagers and try to get the champion as quickly as possible. And once you get the champion in play, then the Silk Merchants are just really nice. You know, plus 2 cards, plus buy. So I'll be looking to do that. On 2-5, I'm always opening Page here. The Cultist stuff doesn't seem... you could go like Coin of the Realm Cultist and try to get a Cultist stack going. That feels a little bit slow compared to the Page Silk Merchant stuff. On the 5, I'm strongly considering summoning a Silk Merchant. I get the coin, the villager, gives me a pretty good chance of seeing my Page turn 3, and pretty good chance of hitting 5 otherwise, so I could buy like a Count or something. Count also seems pretty good in order to trash. And it works kind of nice with Silk Merchant. You can blow up the villagers to get a big starting hand, and then count a bunch of stuff. Yeah, so on 5-2, I think I'm just going to click on Page here. There's also Lamp. So how do we activate Lamp? There's a couple different ways we can do it. So they got Page Silk Merchant. I think I'm just going to summon the Silk Merchant here. So my shuffle will have 11 cards in it. Pretty decent chance, more than 50% chance I'll see the Page, as well as have a decent chance of hitting 6. Obviously, I'm quite sad if the Page misses the shuffle here, but it is what it is. They've just gotten Silk Merchant Page, which makes a lot of sense. And they don't see either turn 3, which is a little bit sad for them. Although, if they see both next turn, they probably just don't play the Silk Merchant in order to get that. So I'll either have 4 or 5 here, but I've got a coin. I'm probably going to take the Count either way. I want to get quite thin. That'll let me advance my Page faster. In the worst case scenario, I can always count trash. Silk Merchant for the extra villager. Should it come to that. Okay, so bottom 2 cards are Page. Are what? Page and Estate. 2 coppers. So I could summon another Page here, but I think I want to get the Count into the shuffle. So get that going. So Count, Silk Merchant, Page, Copper. I've got 4 uniques. Probably I'll pick up a silver off of the Treasure Hunter. That's a 5th unique. I can also consider getting a Sanctuary. Slay doesn't really do much for me here. Secret Cave doesn't really do much for me here. I kind of want to be buying other cards, although I could certainly see myself summoning... could I see myself summoning Secret Cave or Slay? Not really. If I've got 5 to summon, I'm probably going to summon the Silk Merchant. They got a coin. Okay. So I've got 4 here, or 5. Bottom 2 cards are Count, 2 estates, 3 coppers, Silk Merchant. So I think I'm going to summon Silk Merchant again. I'm going to be able to trigger a shuffle with the Treasure Hunter and get a big trash off. Then worry about uniques after that, although I think the silver from the Treasure Hunter will get me that unique. So I'm just going to keep up the plan of summoning, get the villagers, probably expend a lot of the villagers this time. So they trashed 4, which is excellent, if you can get that. Okay, I think I want to get the warrior into this shuffle, even though that costs me all of my... I will gain a copper and trash 6. And do I want to get another page? Do I want to get a sleigh? I don't really want any of those things. I don't think I want to spend a coffer to do it. The sleigh can get me up to like hero, which can gain me golds and some silvers along the way, which doesn't seem terrible. The coin gives me an extra village just as a stopgap until I get to the hero. It doesn't work great with count, although I did just trash all my starting estates. So this is certainly an interesting decision point. I can see pass, coin, page. I don't really see sleigh as being super relevant here. I think I will take one coin, just knowing that I'm going to have a bunch of terminals coming up here. Okay, so they get a second trash off. They do not have their warrior yet, which is good for me. So down there I have 2 silks, count, warrior, silver. So I should be able to pop my lamp next turn. Is that right? So what are my uniques? Cultist, count, merchant, warrior, copper, silver, lamp, but I've got 2 merchants potentially. So that is a slight concern. So that's like leading me to think that I want to summon something that's not either of those, so I can pop the lamp and grab like 3 silk merchants. So it's leading me to think that I want to summon sleigh. I get 2 horses into that shuffle, and then I've got sleigh, count, warrior, copper, silver, magic lamp. And I got the coin down so I can call all of these terminals. So yeah, I've been able to summon quite a few times. They've not been able to summon yet. That's the value, I think, in the 5-2 opening. They've been able to trash twice, although I was able to trash slightly more effectively my trash turn. And with the deck that I'm planning on building, I'm not super concerned about having a couple of extra coppers because I plan on having like 6 or 8 silk merchants. But we'll see what they come up with. Yeah, they hadn't played their treasure hunter yet. I'm not sure exactly how that happened. They played the page turn 4 and got a treasure hunter, which they missed turn 5. And they saw the count twice, so I wonder if they didn't. They must have seen the treasure hunter in there, and they didn't. Slightly confused how they didn't see their treasure hunter, and they saw their count twice. So turn 5 they played a count, turn 6 they played a count. Oh, just the reshuffle was awkward. And then turn 7, now they're thin again. Yeah, I'm in a very good position right now, certainly. We'll see what they're able to do here. My general plan is to play warrior, silk, silk, count. And there's some horses in there as well. The count will not trash, but gain coins. And I've got plenty of buys here. Okay, so start on the warrior, call the coin, play the silk, play the horse. Okay, bottom card is something. What is the bottom card? A copper, one supposes. So I don't really see a need to play this silk. I can just play the count and top deck a horse. And take the +3 coins. I can actually draw into that horse, which is kind of cute. Okay, I did call my coin, so I don't have a coin anymore, but I have 3 wishes. Each of those wishes can be a silk merchant. So what I'm considering here is just buying a silk merchant and summoning a silk merchant. That seems reasonable. It goes with the plan of just having a ton of silk merchants in the deck. I can also consider getting some swashbucklers at some point. Maybe that's where the secret cave comes in. A sanctuary at some point as well to set aside the provinces that I gain. Yeah, I guess I have to start thinking about economy in terms of where my money is going to come from. Maybe that's going to be swashbucklers, but I think I can wait to do that for a turn. I'm going to gain a gold with this warrior, and I feel pretty good about just slamming the silk merchants here, taking them away from my opponent. So the plan here is to, we'll see if they get a warrior into play. Ouch, gain 7 silvers. That's one way to inject economy to your deck. Maybe they had not considered how many cards I gained last turn. I gained 2 horses, 3 wishes, and 2 silk merchants, I think. So certainly they will have a lot more economy in their deck. And maybe I should just add an extra page for the silvers, and eventually I get to a... It's a... I don't know. It's fine. They weren't paying attention on my turn, one supposes. A little bit suspect, but... yeah, it's technically new info for them, I guess, because they didn't know. They flipped over a wish, which is fine. I mean, like, they could have flipped over a silk merchant and trashed it, giving me a coin and villager. That's fine. There's really nothing. The only thing is the hero. I would have been really upset if they flipped over. And not even really upset, just proportionately the most upset. Yeah, so this turn I'm going to gain a gold. I think I'm just going to gain some more silk merchants. And maybe it's time for the swashbuckler. Like the combination of the swashbuckler will activate the gold thing the first time because I'll have 4 coffers probably. So I just need to activate the swashbuckler once, which I can do with count, right? Fairly early in the turn, I can discard 2 cards to get the +3 coins, and then I can swashbuckler. I also want to pick up sanctuary because I can gain duchies with count and sanctuary them the same turn. Again, their deck is thinner than mine, but once the champions come in, that thinness doesn't really matter. I had thought a little bit about going cultists just for the... Okay, excellent. So I think I want to get to the end of this shuffle here with the champion in it. Well, the discard is just a gold and a wish, right? So I can keep the wish down there. So what am I going to wish for? Is there any thought to grabbing a cultist and cursing them? That doesn't seem particularly useful. I can also grab a swashbuckler right now. I've got a card in the discard pile, so I'm going to do that. I guess I will trigger this shuffle here. I want to gain the gold first. So we'll gain the gold first. Oh, I can put that in hand. Very nice. Yeah, so triggering the shuffle is a little bit problematic. So I can wish for another silk. Count to top deck a silk, or I can wish for a sanctuary, play the sanctuary, set aside a copper, or I can wish for I can wish for some other stuff. Do I not have the coin? Is the last card of the deck my coin of the realm? I kind of want to get that down. Did that get flipped over? No, it's not in play. So I guess I'm going to wish for a silk here and then play it. So I've done the thing. I've gotten all my silk merchants. I'm going to have a coin coming into play. So I'm pretty happy to just take this last silk merchant here. Or do I want to be taking golds with these wishes now? I guess I want to be taking golds. And maybe I can just hold this for next turn. but I've gotten a ton of silk merchants. What I need now is add money to the deck. So I can wish for a gold, play the count, top deck of silk merchants, coins, play all my stuff. I wonder if double summoning is crazy. Double summon silk merchant and then buy a province, and gain a sanctuary next turn. I can't actually gain and play a sanctuary. So double summon silk, buy a province, or double summon silk, buy like a gold and a page. Exchange that. To be determined how I actually... Okay, I can play the sleigh to get cards in the discard pile to take the treasure chest. There's not really any pile considerations here. They don't have enough buys or gains to threaten things, I don't think. But we'll see here. The extra gold from the treasure chest is nice, and I don't think they're going to have... I don't think they're going to have 4 coffers anytime soon. Even if they would have to trash all their soaks or get a ton of swashy plays. I neglected to realize that they popped their lamp last turn. I'm not paying as much attention on their turns as I should be. But it's confusing that we're both S in the chat log. They are lowercase s. Okay. Yeah. So overall, I like my plan here. However, to be fair, I did have the 5-2. So actually, I had the 2-5. 5-2 would be quite a bit worse, actually. Like you'd summon a page, I guess, on a 5-2. So that would not be that bad. And then you'd likely have 3 on turn 3, and you could buy another page, I guess, and then get a shuffle with 4 coppers at the top, so you can get a silk merchant turn 4. Silk merchant turn 3, and decent chance of playing your treasure hunter turn 4, which is nice. So the plan now, and this is kind of a tricky part of these kind of kingdoms, is I did neglect payload a little bit in favor of progressing champion and just slamming the silk merchants. So that being said, my deck is in a much better place, so I can add golds, and I did not need to trash all my coppers, for example, in order to get to a state where I feel like my deck is pretty consistent and strong. So I just need to be a little bit careful here to add payload quickly. One thing in these kind of games you see is if we're both able to draw deck, and I've got 8 more buys, but we both have the same amount of money, then the extra buys don't do anything. And since I'm drawing deck, I'm actually overdrawing deck by a huge amount of cards. So that's not like I'm in such a dominating position, even though I may have a lot more engine pieces. The engine pieces aren't necessarily doing anything. That being said, I have a lot more buys, so something like an estate pile out is quite possible for me. And gaining and playing duchies with the count every turn, as opposed to +3 coins, is a lot easier for me. I feel much better about that. I would like to get 1 sanctuary, maybe, although that may not even be necessary. I can even call the Coin of the Realm every other turn for the plus coin. Once the champion's in play, that seems reasonable to me. All right, champion right off the top is pretty cool. What did they buy? Champion. They bought Summon Page. Okay. So I'll play the Sleigh. I did decide I can call the Coin of the Realm at any point, I suppose. Okay, so I can top deck a horse here, which is great. So this is my deck. I am overdrawing by a decent amount. Let me figure out if I want to call this coin first. So I've got the treasure chest now. I don't have to worry about keeping coffers. So I've got 9, 11, 15 money, 18 money with the count coming in. So if I get one sanctuary, one province, another count even. The other count seems pretty nice. The sanctuary to thin stuff. I've got tons of draw here. I'm overdrawing by quite a bit. How much am I overdrawing by? I'm overdrawing enough, but I'm going to call this coin so I can get a coin next turn. And then I'll play top deck the horse. Actually, I'm going to top deck a silk merchant now that they're non-terminal. I'm going to take the coins. Oh, nice. I get a gold. I did not count that gold in my stuff, but it's quite nice to have that gold. So this could just be like double province page, or it could be sanctuary province gold, or it could be double province sanctuary. That's 21. I like having the sanctuaries. I actually would have more sanctuaries, but I've also got 8 buys, so if I can empty a third pile, that makes sense to me. So it kind of makes sense to me to lower a third pile, of which there isn't really one to lower. Runes and stuff, but I don't have that many plus buys. I think I'm going to go double province sanctuary. What is the sanctuary doing for my deck? It's doing nothing for my deck, right? It is doing nothing for my deck, really. But I don't know. It's slowly thinning me. Although I'm gaining provinces fast, I'm going to get another treasure hunter here, and I should be pretty much 100% reliable. Change that to 99% reliable. Maybe need to keep getting sanctuaries, like double province sanctuary again, especially if I'm going to be count gaining provinces, or sorry, count getting duchies. Obviously, you can't count getting provinces. They've got all these swashies now, but unfortunately, they didn't have any cards in the discard pile, so they didn't get the associated coins. I guess, depending on what they do here, my treasure hunter may gain me too many silvers. So I need to be a little bit careful about that. So the sanctuary buy I feel better about now. I may even want to get another like double province sanctuary turn. Feels good. Yeah, the rune market pile can run quickly, but I need quite a bit more buys than I have. Like, you can buy 10 of those, but I can't do anything with them. So I like the double province line. I don't think they're super close to triple provincing, but if they take double province here, I have to think quite a bit about what I'm doing. Have they used all their wishes is the other question. It looks like they have. There's 12 wishes. So I should even be able to triple province here pretty easily. I had 18 money last turn, and I'll have 21 this turn without the treasure hunter, which is 22 plus some silvers. So triple province seems pretty easy for me. Again, I start to run into the even with 8 silk merchants, I'm not drawing that much stuff. So I've just got to count a little bit. We'll see if they go for money here, duchy. I could have even gone for duchy last turn, potentially. They kind of have to double province to keep pace, though. And then my goal would be to triple plus duchy, and that seems fairly safe. Yeah, triple plus duchy would obviously be safe because that gets me to 33 points, and they would have to get province plus like 6 duchies to counteract that. I'll do the math once their turn is finished. But essentially, if they province here, double province here, it would be 13 to 12. And then I can add 21 points, so I get to 33, and they've got 13. So they need to get 20 VP or 21 VP. Are they first player? Yes, they are. So they need to get 21 VP, which would be 1 province plus 5 duchies, one of which they could gain with a count. But still, that takes 28 money, which is a lot of money to be able to draw and play. What do we see here? They're almost drawing to the end, and I don't think they played all of their swashes. They didn't play all their silks. I don't think they have one more silk. We'll see how much money they have here. Yeah, so they can triple here. Can I quad? They gained a duchy, so if they gain more than 3 cards, I should be able to quad province next turn, right? I had 18, 22, so I just need to find 20. I had 18 money last turn, plus 4 coffers is 22, plus the gold is 25, plus the treasure hunter is 26, plus 3 silvers that the treasure hunter gained would be 32, which is enough for quad province. So if they double here, I can quad, potentially, if I can draw everything. I've got 2 horses, 7 silk merchants. So, you know, remove 6 from that 15 cards, and then each of those are drawing 2. So I'm not 100% drawing deck. Am I? I've got the swashbuckler. Okay, I am drawing deck pretty easily. And if I play the slave first, I can have some horses in the reshuffle with the silvers. So they've gained 2 cards already. I mean, they have to gain cards is the thing. They can't just say, I want to deny your treasure hunter stuff because I don't want you to gain silver so you can quad province. This is kind of what I meant, though. I'm like, if I didn't have the treasure hunter now, I would be in a little bit of trouble because they're building towards a deck that could get 5 duchies in a province in a turn, or 2 provinces and 4 duchies without too much effort. And this page becomes a treasure hunter. Okay, so they're going a different route. Now I have to think if I can get 5 provinces. I don't know, 4 provinces seems like more than enough, though. 50% VP would be 40. Okay, let me play this horse first. I'm trying to work out a way to get something into the discard pile to give me an extra coffer. So I could count, gain a copper. It gives me an extra coffer, but it doesn't give me, I have to draw that copper, and I really want to be drawing. But what do I have down there? I have 3 more silk merchants down there. Is that all my draw? A treasure hunter, some coppers. All right, I'm going to play this swashbuckler first. Okay, silk merchant, silk merchant. Okay, this is what I got. I'm not going to be able to gain silvers. I could gain 1 silver to hand. Okay, so I've got 12, 14, 16, 17 money. I don't want to play this treasure hunt anymore because I'm out of draw. I'm just out of draw. Huh. I guess I had a silk merchant in the bottom. I thought I had more draw in this deck. Well, let's think now. If I can get to 13 gains, I could go swashbucklers or markets, but that's, I don't have enough gains for that. I could pile duchies and swashbucklers. That costs 40. That's way too much, or 45. So I really want to play the sleigh because I'm going to need the horses next turn. Okay, so 12, 14, 6, 12, 14, 18, 19, 23, up to 26. Well, if they take 4 provinces, that puts them at 34. So that's a little bit troublesome. I guess I shouldn't have played that coin last turn. I for sure thought I was overdrawing this deck, and I guess I wasn't. So I guess I want to buy a swashbuckler now, but I don't want to leave a pile out on duchies and swashbucklers. They gained a count 2 swashbucklers in a province, and they had 1823 money. So they can triple pretty easily. I don't think they can quad. So the question is, do I just take like 3 duchies and call it a turn? well, 4 duchies, 5 duchies. I can take a lot of duchies. All right, I guess I'm going to play this sleigh first. And I'm going to top deck this treasure hunter. And the question is now, do I take a duchy or do I take the coins? I'm pretty sure I'm going to take a duchy. I'm going to take like 4 duchies. They've got a count. They've got a sanctuary, and they've got 3 silks. So they've got six gains they can do. So I can leave. I can gain 4 duchies. I can gain 2 duchies here, 3 duchies. I can gain 3 duchies here and a province is the plan. And if they quad, I'm losing no matter what. Well, okay. So this is what I've got. So I can province double duchy. So if they quad next turn, they're at 32. And to beat that, I would need to get the last province and 4 duchies, the last province and 4 duchies. So I don't actually need to buy this last province if I'm really saying they only have 6 gains. But it seems like I'm going to struggle to draw next turn, just as I struggled to draw this turn. But they may have, oh, they added a ton of swashbucklers. So if they quad, they're at 32. They could quad plus duchy, puts them at 35. So for me to get 20, I would have to get the last province and 5 duchies. So I'm thinking about taking 2 duchies here, and that puts me at 21. And then if they get to 35, I just have to get the last province and 3 duchies to get me there. So that's taking 2 duchies this turn, and then like 2 cultists for the draw. I can't really touch the swashbucklers. But I have to score some amount. They also could dud, but they have a ton of swashbucklers. Yeah, this is what I meant. I was really far ahead, but I didn't add payload fast enough, and I needed to add more. Like this sanctuary probably should have been a swashbuckler. Pretty sure that's correct. So 2 duchies, 2 cultists. That gives me maybe some pressure on the runes pile as well. I could also summon, but there's not really good cards to summon. There's not like a smithy or something that I could summon. Or I just take 1 province. I feel like quad and duchy seems possible, but I can beat that with best draws. So I'm gonna take double duchy here. Oh, they have 2 counts. They have 2 counts now. So each count is a duchy, and then 4 provinces. I don't know. They maybe have enough draw for 4 duchies and for 4 provinces. So I can only take 1 duchy here. And then if they take 4 provinces and 2 duchies, that's 40. Sorry, that's 40 points for them. That's not enough for me to be able to come back from. So I think I have to take 2 duchies here, and hope they can't. So 7 gains. So that would be 35. Yeah, I'm going to take 2 duchies, 2 cultists, and not feel great about it. I wish I could take swashbucklers, but I can't. Yeah, I needed maybe 1 more swashbuckler. That sanctuary should certainly have been a swashbuckler, and maybe 2. Maybe I should have gotten another swashbuckler that turn. Yeah, okay. So 4 duchies and 3 swashbucklers wins. But that's 25 money, 5 buys. I think they just have that, but I don't know if they had 25 money and they could get triple. I don't know. I'm not sure. They're getting coffers now. A lot of coffers. Yeah, I think I left them a win, but I don't really see any other opportunity for myself. Do they only have two silk merchants? Do they not have a 4? Oh, they trashed one. Oh, I overcounted their buys. So they don't have enough gains to win here. So now they've lowered a lot. So they just have to max provinces here, which is 4. 4 provinces, 3 provinces and a duchy. And I have to hope I draw here. I do have 7 silk merchants, a swashbuckler, 2 cultists. So I've got a lot of draw cards. I mean, they have to triple now because the duchies and swashbuckler piles are low. I guess they could double and hope that I can't triple. Double and build a little more. Not crazy. Yeah, they're 1 buy short. I had not counted that they had... Oh, cancel. Sorry, was looking at trash. I had not realized that this silk merchant was in the trash. So yeah, the silk merchant was in the trash. They only have 4 gains. Yeah, if they had that 5th buy, they could buy 2 duchies and 3 swashbucklers and win by 1. They've got an estate somewhere in there. They did draw here. They're not seeing my starting hand. I'm not so confident I can draw here. The other nice thing about having lowering the swashbucklers when I got instead of the sanctuary, is I have more pile pressure on that pile. But really, I just need to find my count here. And some more draw cards, and we'll see. I've got 2 horses, 5 silk merchants, swashbuckler. So I've got a lot of stuff that draws. Yeah, they're in the position. They're thinking I'm just going to easily draw deck. So they barely drew deck here, right? They still didn't draw deck. There's got 1 card on top plus an extra gold. They're adding a bunch of stop cards. To their deck here. It can be a little bit dicey to find. As we saw, they had to play 4 draw cards until they found the count to activate for the plus coffers. Yeah, I think they can probably just take double province. And maybe again, like I did, double cultist. Oh, I have 2 cultists as well. So I've got 2 horses, 5 silk merchants. That's 7. 2 cultists. That's 9. Swashbuckler is 10. So I've got 10 draw cards amongst these 25. Yeah, they're noticing the stuff that has happened here. My page missed. I didn't see my page turn. If I saw my page turn 3, that was pretty killer. But because I summoned the silk merchant, I still was able to summon again and just keep summoning stuff. But yeah, that's a no info play. Wait, did I cancel? Oh, okay. I thought that I had accidentally clicked cancel on video playback, I'm sure. Okay. Yeah, I've not played them before. They're in my league division. I trust that they'll undo back to the right point. I didn't want to count what 7 was. So here they could top deck something. And so they want to leave more duchies in the pile, it looks like, to make it harder for me to pile out if they're going to double province. It's not quite seeing, like, half VP here is 40. There's 81 VP out, and there's normally 80 VP here, plus 6 in starting hands is 86, but 5 in the trash. So there's 81 VP total in play. So you need 41 basically guarantees you a win. However, getting like 8 estates is very, very difficult. So, you know, something close, although in this deck it's not actually that difficult. I could have bought 8 estates last turn. They gained a copper instead of coins. Oh man, I don't know how they're going to draw next turn, but they can quad. So what do I need to win now? 19? That seems impossible. That's okay. I'm going to play that now because I want to. Well, I didn't really get there. Plus, so gain duchy. Yeah, just didn't get there. Didn't have enough buys. We're close to. So I'm going to gain a duchy and then 3 estates and hope they dud. I have a lot of draw cards down there. I have 4 silks down there. Ugh, brutal. If I drew, I still don't think I had enough buys, but man, that feels like a bad one to lose. Well played by them. I sort of tracked throughout the game what I was doing wrong. I think just the big thing was that turn I got the sanctuary. I should have just gotten the swashbuckler. That makes all the difference. That's game 1. We move on to game 2.